Hello, students. Let us talk about trade communication. Some people call it as business communication. Myself, Dr. Manpreet Arora from Central University of Himachal Pradesh. Today, we are talking about the trade communication aspects. Before I begin with the trade communication, let me talk about what communication is. The word communication has come from Latin word communis, which means common. Thus, communication signifies sharing of ideas in common. The dictionary meaning of communication is to convey or exchange information and share the ideas. It is a process through which two or more people they transmit or exchange ideas or they try to converse with each other. According to Newman and Summer, communication is an exchange of facts, ideas, opinions, and emotions by two or more people. Communication is the process of transmitting information and understanding from one person to another or from one unit to another, a unit with a view to get the desired response from the receiver. Through this process, two or more people they exchange the ideas and understand among themselves to achieve the desired effects in the behavior of any other person. It is a two-way channel for transmitting the ideas, feelings, plans, commands, instructions, reports, as well as suggestions, which influence the attitude towards an organization's objectives. So, the communicator's goal is to convey the meanings or ideas without any distortion. The success of a leader and the enterprise it depends on adequacy of communication. It is the responsibilities of the managers to establish and maintain the channels whereby they can convey their own thinking and policies to the subordinates and can receive their reactions and account of their problems. You know, the communication is a function that is indispensable for trade and commerce. All type of trade transactions, whether it is receiving the trade inquiries or sending an information about the dispatch of the goods, receiving the payment, selling the goods, purchasing the raw material, handling the inventory, all needs communication. Communication is a function which is indispensable for trade and commerce. All type of trade transactions are involving one way or another way any sort of communication. Trade businesses cannot function efficiently if the buyers and sellers they do not make proper use of communication channels. It is through the communication that all the formalities of the transactions are completed. An efficient communication system brings businessmen together not only in one country but in the whole world. Managers, supervisors, they are inefficient if they are not able to handle proper communication in the organization. So, communication simply means sharing of the ideas in common. So, when we communicate, we try to establish a rationale with someone. We're trying to share the information, ideas, and attitudes. So, communication is essentially basically the fine tuning of the receiver and the sender aimed at affecting a particular message. So, the primary criteria for communication to take place is the transfer of information from one person to another. It refers to the exchange of ideas, feelings, emotions, knowledge, and information sources between two or more persons. Messages, whether they are low oral or written, they do not constitute constitute complete communication. Communication includes everything between gestures, facial expression, silence, etc. So, in broader sense, communication refers to the whole process of the life of men in relation to the group and includes exchange of information, a system of communicating, and a process by which meanings are exchanged among humans. One cannot have good relations with the outside traders and thus cannot run their business successfully if we do not understand the importance of communication. A businessman has to establish link between the suppliers, intermediaries, customers. So it is needed to procure various inputs and then the finished goods are produced. Various trade activities they necessitate establishing links with transporters, bankers, insurers, warehouse keepers, etc. So communication provides them a channel, establish a link between them basically. So communication comes to the aid of the managers and it also helps them to convey their thoughts and ideas. It helps them to execute the orders, appeals. It helps them to observe. It helps them to give the instructions, sometimes suggestions to the subordinates who are operating at different levels for executing any trade contract or any activity related with the business. So, communication is not only executing the ideas and opinions for business, it is much more than that. So, let me talk about now different types of business communication. There are basically two types of business communication systems which generally operate within a business. One is internal communication, and the other one is external communication. Let's take an example that what internal communication through different routes can be depending upon the position of the various players of the organization. The first aspect towards organization in communication is upward communication. The information which is transmitted by a member to the entire staff in the hierarchy is called as upward communication. A staff uses upward communication for exchanging informations, ideas, feedback, enthusiasm, etc. Like, for example, you are reporting to a CEO of the company or the director of the company, and you're working at the lower level. This is known as upward communication. The second one is downward communication. So, in the downward communication, the information is transmitted by a hierarchically superior to one or more subordinates. Once upward communication is established, downward communication takes place. Such type of communications are necessary for giving instructions, circulate vital information, help them to seek cooperation. It helps them to motivate and build up the morale of the people working in the organization. It ultimately helps to increase the effectiveness of the organization also. So this is about downward communication. Let us talk about the horizontal communication. So the transmission of the information is transmitted on a horizontal level, say colleague to colleague, involving any direct contact between them, and there is the same level of hierarchy. Such type of communications are required for problem solving, completion of the tasks, teamwork, etc. These were the internal types of communication. Let us talk about external communication. Now, most of the organizations these days are focusing on external communication as they are going to affect the brand image or the reputation of the company. So, let me talk about the various modes or the things by which the external communication is done. First is media relations. It is about building and maintaining a positive relationship with media by television, print, web, etc. It includes and but is not limited to various writing and handout press releases, establishing the press conferences, going for the summits with the media professionals, shaping the events for the media, etc. And we all understand that they are very helpful in creating an image of the organization. Then there can be certain external events. It involves meetings, supplier distributors, interactions, partner meetings, events which are related with the product launches, major initiatives, etc. Then there can be spokesman for the company. Spokesman company is known, valued, and well regarded as an authority in the respective sector. Various organizations they spend a lot of time by managing the content on the websites because it is going to convey information to the external contact points. Business management and corporate publications to the outside world, they are also very important in conveying external form of communication to the general public at large. Managing print media is one another aspect. Managing crisis situation through the effective communication is another aspect. So let us talk about now the different methods of business communication. First is verbal communication. So verbal communication means it's a way where one person transfers information to another person of the business and it is transmitted orally. It is basically the verbal communication. For example, having a telephone conversation or having a discussion in the meeting or going with a video conferencing. These type of business communications are the forms of verbal communication, but they have got certain limitations also, because if the company is having a global presence, then the language barrier can be there, the time difference can be there, the cultural barriers can be there. So verbal communication is effective if it is used very, very efficiently and a well planned manner. Second one is written communication. So when the communication between two or more parties, it takes place through writing, it is called as written communication. In such types of business communication, receiving party, it needs to acknowledge the receipt of the message and it also needs to respond in a specified time frame. So examples of the written communications are like writing formal letters, even posters are written communication, bulletin boards are written communication. And the third one is electronic communication. Various new types of business communication has developed with the development of the technology. An organization or a business, it can create multiple electronic channels to different target groups, to different geographical markets. So we are using social media these days. We do chatting on various sources of applications. We do text messages. We email the communication. We write reviews. We write blogs. There are websites on which we convey information. These all are the various forms of electronic communication. So let us now talk about different types of business communication based on various kinds. Communication, as we all know and we just discussed, is need of today's business world. People either work or are associated with the organization, and it includes employees, stakeholders, banks, customers, suppliers, advertisers, so many people. They need to interact and communicate with each other to achieve the business objectives as well as fulfill their requirements. So let us now understand the ways with which these interactions take place. So we can classify the business communication by way of structure or direction of flow of information or modes of communication. So let us talk about the communication which is based on structure. The first one is the structure of communication, and the channel is used for interaction and it plays a vital role. You can see in the diagram formal communication or informal communication. These are two kinds which are based upon the structure. What is formal communication? It is regular, organized channel of work related communication within the company where the employees have to coordinate among proper medium among themselves. So, a communication network which is designed to understand how information travels from one person to another is very important in formal communication. There can be so many modes by which it travels. First is chain. So when employee passes an information which is official to the other employee, who further communicates to a third employee, creates a chain pattern. You can see in this diagram, B is communicating to A or C, or we can say A is communicating to B or C. So it's a chain pattern. Then there can be a wheel pattern, like in a wheel. You can see in the diagram that A is communicating with B, C, D, E, F, and G. So when a single employee communicates any organizational information to group of people, workers, a wheel pattern is formed. Now let's talk about the circular pattern. You can see in the diagram that A is communicating with B, B is communicating with C, C is communicating with D, D is communicating with E, E is communicating with F, and in turn to A. A circle is formed. An employee communicates information to his colleagues, who passes it on to another co-worker, and so on. So this message passes from one employee to another, finally reaches to the person who initiates the process. Then there can be a free flow form of communication. In this type of network, no particular pattern is followed. Information is spread in a non-systematic manner by anyone. For example, in an emergency organization, say in case of a short circuit, information is randomly spread among the people. You can see in the diagram, A may be communicating to B, B may be to E, E may be to D, and C, and maybe, a different type of pattern is created, free flow form of communication. Then there is inverted V. You can see in the diagram a V is created. So under this network, the subordinates can communicate directly with the immediate senior as well as their senior or top management also. For example, a sales executive is interacting with team leader as well as the manager. I hope the formal forms of communication are clear to all. Let's talk about informal communication. It is an unofficial form of communication arising out of friendship or casual relationships where the discussions may or may not be related to the work in the organization. Though there is no particular system which is followed for informal communication, still people say that there can be certain forms by which informal communication can be done. It can be like single strand, similar to the chain pattern. In a single strand too, the information goes on passing from one person to another, then to other. You can see the diagram. Then there is a gossip or a grapevine. One single person is spreading information with an informal group where the message or may not be valid or gossip or a grapevine. One single person spreads information within an informal group where the message may or may not be valid. So that pattern is called as grapevine. For example, you can see in the diagram, A is communicating to so many people and it can be regarded as a gossip. Then there is probability. It is similar to gossip pattern, but it is not necessary that everyone is involved in the communication. It's based on probability. Then there is a form called as cluster. When a person passes on information only to his trustworthy people, believing that they won't tell it to anyone, but they do the same thing, and then the message is spread to selected group of people. This network is called as cluster, as shown in the diagram. The way a message is formed and the channel is used for sending the information to the receiver determines various forms of communication. So let us talk about the communication based on medium of communication. It can be verbal or non-verbal. First, let me tell you about verbal communication. Transformation of information, which is enclosed in words, whether written or said, is known as verbal communication. A message formed in words when spoken to the receiver is oral communication. It includes face to face interactions, calls, voice call, video call, recorded messages, etc. But when we try to do communication by using gestures, body language, signals, then it is non-verbal communication. I hope the way by which we are trying to explain that communication is an important aspect of any trade or business is clear to you all. The way the business communication is done, either upward, downward, horizontal, or diagonal, it depends upon the need of the hour. It can be based on the responses also, one-way communication or two-way communication. As I'm talking to you people, you can listen to me but cannot interact with me. It is one-way communication. Had you been in an online meeting and you were having an opportunity to interact with me, would have been the case of two-way communication, where I could get your feedback. So this way, communication is very, very important for every business. Trade communication is that aspect of the business which cannot be demarcated from any activity of the business. All the businesses these days play an important role in developing and establishing a link between the general society at the large to create a good image, and communication is a source of creating a good image to the people. All the information which is conveyed by the organization to the external parties or within the organization helps to create the brand reputation or the company's image reputation, which in turn affects the profitability goals as well as the sustainability of the organization. I hope you all have understood the concept of trade communication and how the various modes can be used in an organization to do the communication in order to satisfy their goals. Thank you very much for your patient listening.